Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com with your weekly Facebook Live. So I am actually coming to you face first. I oftentimes come to you hands first, but I've been flipping my camera around for some different trainings I was doing, and I thought, well, I'm just going to leave it this way. Say hello to everybody before we turn the camera down and do some fun stamping. I have a lot of things to show you tonight and a little bit of actually a really cool stamping project that I think you're going to really like. So I hope that you are doing well. There's a whole lot going on in my world, and I think there's probably a lot going on in yours too. Hopefully good things. So we are gearing up for our big trip. My husband and I are leaving Monday for Hong Kong, and we will be gone 16 days. And this homebody is trying to not hyperventilate. I have been gone longer before, but it's been quite a few years. I usually just do not like being away from home that long. But, you know, when you're traveling that far, you kind of have to stay a while. So hello there, Kelly and Corinne. Welcome, and thanks for joining me. And yeah, one of the reasons I'm kind of hyperventilating about the length of time that we're gone, there's just a lot of things to do here. And but I know we're going to have a great time. We were on the phone with, well, we were FaceTiming with our son. He is a chef in Hong Kong. He's actually in Japan right now for a few days. And he thinks that we should, while we're there, go over to Japan for a few days. We had previously thought about and talked about going to mainland China. And I mean, we're right there in Hong Kong, but you do have to have a visa to go into mainland China. You just have to have your passport as an American to go into Hong Kong. And we thought, yeah, you know, I think we're just going to stay in Hong Kong. There's a lot to do there. There's several islands that we're going to do some exploring on as well. But Japan, yeah, we're thinking about it. And on Thanksgiving, of course, nobody in Hong Kong is celebrating Thanksgiving. So it looks like, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to Disneyland. We're going to go to Disneyland Hong Kong, which I think is going to be super fun. Our son said it's smaller than Disneyland in California, and we're used to Disney World because my husband is from South Florida. So my kids grew up going to Disney World. Every time we went to visit Granddaddy, he usually was sending us or taking us to Disney World. So Disneyland in California, I love them both, but Disneyland is a lot more feasible when you don't have so much walking to do. So Tim said that Disney Hong Kong is even smaller, so very doable on a day, and I think it might be kind of a fun way to celebrate Thanksgiving in Hong Kong. So I don't think we're going to get a turkey dinner, so I'm going to have to do that when I get home. Okay. Enough chit chat. I am going to turn the camera down, see who else is here, and we are going to do some fun things. So let me see if I get it right. Here we go. Okay. Did I do it? Nope. I gave you the ceiling. Haha. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Lots of fun, as you can see, and welcome to Margaret and Pam and Marlene, Corinne, Kelly. Thank you for sharing my video, those of you who have. You can see a little bit of my messy desk here. So what I wanted to begin with, before I get to stamping, is I'm going to do a little bit of a showcase of some things. I wanted to do a plug for my 12 Weeks of Christmas. This is free projects that come to your inbox. Technically, well, theoretically, they come on Friday. If I'm running behind, they come to you on Saturday. Hey, Gail, I'm so glad that you are joining us. Now, that is a name I cannot pronounce, but I think, are you in Virginia? That's where my daughter and her family are. That looks like an Indian name that I do not know how to pronounce. So Karina and I teamed up to do the 12 Weeks of Christmas this year. And I think we're on about week 7 is this week, maybe. So we did 6 cards and 6 kind of gifty items, 3D projects. And this is one that I sent out. I think this was last week. This is a hot cocoa packet. I did put it on a piece of cardstock because it gives it stability. And then it can go right into your little DSP sleeve. And it's all nice and neat here. So these are really nice to give out, very affordable. And so that one went out last week. If you are late coming into the 12 weeks of Christmas, so say you join my email list on week 7, you will get all of them. So I started the 12 weeks of Christmas 6 weeks ago, but I am putting them all in one spot so that when I finish, they'll all be in one spot. You get one each week, but when I finish, they will all be there for easy access. So this is one that's coming up. And let me come back here. Let me just show you. Actually, this is the paper I'm using again tonight for my stamping. One more plug for this fabulous paper. Hello, hello, Gloria. Oh, you're an hour from my daughter. Wow, Gail, how cool is that? This is the paper that is called Sentimental Christmas. Let me move these over just a little bit. This is the paper that is in our mini catalog, and $3 from every package goes to First Watch, which is a children's literacy program. I love, love, love that we get to give back while we are creating, on top of the fact that it's gorgeous paper, so fun to use. So Karina and I have done all of our projects with this paper. So let me show you what's in this one, and then I'll show you a little bit more, some more samples with the paper. So I put in here, I like things that make sense, at least in my brain. So this is all snowflakes, and so I have one of these Hostess snowflake cupcakes, snowball cupcakes. So I grew up on these. If you are in Canada, you might have something similar. They do come in white as well. The pink is kind of iconic for those of us who grew up in the 60s. So this is a little snowball that I've put inside here. And so that one is coming up. Hey, Chrissy, I'm so glad you're here. So these are just fun little gifty things. They're super affordable. They're great little something special items that you can hand out to people and really just spread some great Christmas cheer. Now I'm going to show you a couple more things with this paper. Well, first of all, let me show you that these are the 3 cards that I designed for the 12 weeks of Christmas, and I think this one might still be coming your way. This one is a fun fold. Maybe I've already, anyway, we were going to do the cards first. So that we figured you'd be making Christmas cards first, and then you would start to move towards gifts. So those are my 12 weeks of Christmas projects, but you still have, this one is coming. I've got some really cool gifts from Karina, and then one more coming from me. So we showcased the Sentimental Christmas paper, but we used this bundle, and I think it's a must-have. It has great stamps. These 4 dies are really cool. So I wanted to show you a couple of things. You know, you have kind of everything on here. You know, it's a hot cocoa day, Swedish sugar plum candy. These are cute for, you know, like the little gifty items that I do. But you also have kind of traditional Christmas as well. So, Gwen, you're a snowball lover too. Yeah, this takes me right back to childhood, I'll tell you. So let me just show you a couple of other things I did with this. So a couple weeks ago, I did a stamping social, and I did 3 simple cards. And I did packets with this. You could either order a packet, or some of my team members earned a free packet because of different, you know, things that they had achieved. And so this is another way to use this bundle that we featured with a different set of papers. So these are all the papers from the Snowy Wonder, I think as it's called. And this is 2 of the 3 I had done in a stack, cut, and shuffle. So this shows you how you can take this Love and Joy and pop it into the middle of this cool die. So lots of fun with this. And then, and I used the, do I remember the name of this paper? I was working with it today. Can't think of the name at the moment. So then here is another example of the Sentimental Christmas Paper, and with a different set of stamps and dies. Yes, yes, yes. It's the other really cool bundle that's dies and really flash dies and all greeting stamp sets. Okay. Then I was also going to show you, well, that's probably all I'm going to show you at the moment. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, let's stamp. So we are going to make a quick and easy card using one of the stamps here and one of the stamps from Humble Home. Hey, Char, I'm glad you've joined us all the way from Wisconsin. Boy, I bet it's cold up there. We are just finally beginning to get some fall weather, and I am thrilled. And Corinne, thank you. Take a Bow is the name of that really pretty red and green, really small patterned paper. So I love the size and the font on this Merry Christmas. I wanted something small, and you'll see why. This is a fun set to use. It has a really cool punch with it. But this is what we are going with tonight. So I am starting with a basic white thick card base. Now, you know, years ago, we only had basic white in one weight, and it's really designed for layering, which means it's a little bit thinner than our colored cardstock. Well, then it's been a number of years ago now, they came out with the thick Whisper White. And it's so that when you have a card base, you really kind of need that extra heft. So I do, whenever I'm doing a card base in white, I use the basic white thick. Speaking of, we are in the, one more day, 13, 14, 15, yeah. We are in the very middle of the seasonal sale, and so your cardstock and your blends and your ink pads and your designer series paper from the annual catalog and bundles from the annual catalog all on sale. It's a big sale. So you want to make sure that you stock up on things that rarely go on sale before they are gone. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of textural interest with stamps. Now, you might think that stamping is all just flat, and theoretically, or I should say technically it is, but when you do, especially tone on tone, I find that it really just gives a lot of a textural interest. See that right there? Just that tone on tone. It's going to give a lot of interest to this plain piece of Poppy Parade, one of my this is probably my favorite of all the reds we have, but I like orangey reds, and Poppy Parade is definitely an orangey red. Now, I need to get that red ink off. The peppermints are back in stock. Correct. You know what? I just looked earlier today. Man, I better run. The peppermints have been flying off the shelves, and the last time they were in stock, I was going to place an order, and like a few hours later, they were gone. So thank you, thank you. I have been up to my eyeballs in all kinds of projects today. Okay, I don't see any red ink on my hands, so I think I'm good to, you know, when you're working with white cardstock, you have to be kind of careful so that you don't have any major mishaps, especially with red ink. I find you have to be very mindful. Okay, so this is a half sheet of cardstock that I have scored and folded at the halfway point, which for this card, that is at 4 1/4. Oh, you got 2 today. Well done, Gloria. Okay, I better get with it as soon as I'm done with y'all. Okay, now I'm going to add a piece of this paper. Now this is 5 by 3. And this is a card that we're going to be doing at my Saturday card class. Now, you could turn this over, and some of my people in class probably will, But I really wanted to capitalize on this whole red and white theme, thinking of peppermint. So, holy cow. You know, I am so grateful that you guys gave me the heads up on that. That is fabulous. Okay, now I'm going to put a tag. This is actually from Greetings of the Season Dies. If you don't have these, I'm telling you, these are a must-have. And these are actually an online exclusive. I'm going to layer a little piece of this peppermint paper right on top. So this is 2 1/4 by 3, perfectly fits right onto that tag. And you see how I've got that little bit of stitching there and the candy canes. It's like, we have peppermint, let's have more peppermint. So this is kind of one of those, you know, go big or go home. We are rocking it with the peppermint. Are we going to rock it with the dimensionals? Can Candy find her dimensionals? Let's see. We're going to open up a new sheet. I see them. Woohoo! Oh, did that come off? Did I not stick that down? Oh, that's another piece because I was prepping. So one of the reasons I've got like 3 classes that have to get out the door, which I'm working feverishly to do. And my 2 main helpers, I have one helper that comes 1 day a week for a couple of hours, and the other 2 come a little bit more than that. And yeah, they're both out right now with either family illness or their own illness. And so I've got 3 classes I'm trying to get out the door, and I am finalizing my corporate card order, and that is I have an order for 300 cards for a local business here. And hadn't planned on doing all of that this week. I thought it was going to already be done, but you know, c'est la vie. I'm like, okay, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that has been my, obviously that's a great scripture. I've recited it many times in my life, memorized it when I was a young believer. And boy, it has been my go-to scripture that I've been saying a lot this week. And trying to breathe deeply. And just knowing it's going to get done. Okay. Now, oh, thank you for checking, Corinne. You guys are awesome. Okay, I'm going to turn this over. Now look how nice that's coming up. And you can see why, you know, by having the white card base, there's a lot of color here. It's almost a little bit heavy on the color, but it's going to be good, and I'll show you why. I need a mini glue dot, and that is here. So I was messaging with one of my very, very loyal customers. I think, honestly, Sarah may be my longest serving customer. And we both have a great love for all things tea. And I was telling her that, where did my little tag go? We are going to be going to high tea in Hong Kong, which I'm super excited about because we're going to be going to Fortnum and Mason, which is a very cool place that we have been to when we were in England. So, you know, because Hong Kong used to be kind of part of not really a British colony. They had some kind of a special name. It was a designate or I don't know, something. But the British used to largely be in charge in Hong Kong for I think about 100 years, maybe longer than that. And so there's a lot of British influence, and we are super excited. High tea is one of my favorite things in the whole world. So not only do I love tea, but I love high tea. The little sandwiches, the little fancy cakes. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. So is that not stinking cute? So this is from the postage stamp dies. This is the smallest one. And still using my cherry cobbler ink. So I only used cherry cobbler ink on the whole card. Now, look at that. But I think I'm going to come over here. I could also come over here. Oh yeah, maybe I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. Placement figured out. I do need a mini dimensional. I'll show you why. I'm going to put a little bit of seal here. Hey Linda, I'm so glad you are here. Oh, good for you, Corinne. You got an order for 200 cards. Well done. When I do the corporate cards, I do the 5x7 because, you know, in an office where they all want to sign the card, it really needs to be a little bit larger. So that is what I do. Now that, you see how I put that little dimensional there because that way it doesn't sag on the edge. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. Now, I'm going to use some of these, and I wanted to show you what they look like because this is how they come. These are an online exclusive, the Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Back Berries. I have used the heck out of these. Love them. So I am going to, I've got a little piece of it over here. And I think I'm going to take one of these triples and put it right like that. Oh yeah. And then, you know, this is one of those where we're just going to kind of go all out. I'm going to add some of these little snowflakes. You know, some cards that we send at Christmas, just like any other time of year, I guess, are really, you know, we do a lot of bells and whistles, and some of them are just sweet and simple. And yeah, this is a bells and whistles. So let me see if you all know, this is not my favorite method of adhering, but with these little tiny snowflakes, you kind of have to just go for it. So I'm using tiny, tiny amounts of liquid glue. And then I find the easiest way to use these, there's actually several sizes here, and you want to be mindful because, you know, I guess when they're cutting them off the sheet they're made of, sometimes there's a little bit that is not all there. And so you want to make sure you get a full snowflake. Look at the sizes of them. Aren't they adorable? I just think these are so cute. And I think you get this whole thing, and I think they're, I don't know, like $10 or something crazy. And they're kind of soft. They're like a little, almost like a rubberized material. And I just think they're super fun. Where'd it go? Okay, there we go. We've got little cherry berries. We've got 5 little snowflakes. So I'm thinking that my Saturday card class people are going to enjoy making this fancy card with a lot of different elements. We've got some stamping here, and here we've got 2 different patterns of pretty paper. We've got 2 different die cuts. We've got 2 different embellishments. We kind of went hog wild, but it was fun. So, you know what? There was something else I was going to show you really quick. I brought them up. Haha. This is the cards, and I have the little 3D. Oh, let me grab this. I have 2 of these kits left. So this is one of my classes by mail that's heading out the door this weekend, and I have 2 kits left. I'm waiting on paper to come in tomorrow. Let me just grab the other projects and show you really quick. Was super happy with this. And the only thing you need for this class is the Shepherd's Care stamp set. So let me grab it and show you. This is one of our $1 Million Achiever stamp sets. And I developed this class. And like I said, I have 2 left, and they are ready to ship. So let me show you what I've got here. I've got 2 note cards. And these, in my mind, these are all about caring. This is all about sharing the love and care of Christ. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Love, love, love this saying here. A really simple one. And this one in particular, but both of these, honestly, I could send to a man or a woman who is needing some uplifting, I should say. There is a card. Now, this one is much more of a seasonal one. And then this one as well, because we have the shepherd looking out. And then we have this shepherd looking out. So I've got 3 different fun folds here for you. And then you get a pack of this paper, and this is an annual catalog paper. And then you get the gorgeous new pearls. Now let me show you, I've got a couple of 3D things here for you. Let me grab my frame. So for this particular class, I'm actually including even the goodies. So this is my little treat bag, and it comes with the little clip, and I've got the little heart there for it. And again, he heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. I love, love, love that. Inside here, I have some cookies and I have some tea. So I've got tea and biscuits in here. So that's all. I'm giving you everything in this so that when you complete these projects, they are ready to give. And last but not least, I have this lovely framed piece. And again, I'm sending you the frame and everything. Now, if you wanted to jazz this up, you could add some pearls and stuff. I kept it really plain. This will sit on a desk or a mantle. I thought this would be a great guy gift, to be honest. I know some men who've lost their wives or who are just going through rough times, some younger men, and I think this is a lovely gift. So I've got 2 gift items, and I've got 3 fun folds or fancy folds, and then I've got 1 card here and 2 note cards. So all of that, anyway, I've got 2 kits left. I will put the registration link in the title. That is it. Hey, Terry Lynn, it's awfully good to see you here tonight. That is it for today. I will have a project sheet for you tomorrow in the email, and I will have a 12 weeks of Christmas project. So those are going out every Friday until we get to the end of week 12. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will not be here next Thursday, but I will say, I'm going to be sharing a bunch of photos here on my Sweet Stamper Facebook page. And from there, I'm going to be sharing onto my personal page or, my group or whatever. So the photos are going to be here. And I'm going to kind of take you with me and let you see my trip to Hong Kong as we go to share the Thanksgiving holiday with our son. It's been a year since we saw him. Holy cow. Both my boys have, gone abroad. Our younger son moved back from England last year, and just as he was coming home, our other son was leaving for Hong Kong. So what can I say? We are an international family. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Take care, and God bless.